Hello, welcome to this video on an introduction to right-angled trigonometry. I'm just going to introduce you to the vocab and the rules that we tend to apply. Firstly, we're dealing with a right-angled triangle in this. Imagine we've got x degrees there, and in that triangle we name the sides. This is opposite, so that would be the opposite side to the angle that we're interested in. This one here, that's not the biggest side, but the smaller side that's next to the angle, or it's adjacent to the angle. We call that the adjacent side, adjacent. Here we've got a big side, it's the biggest side in the triangle, it's opposite the right angle, it's called the hypotenuse. Now, unfortunately, this video is not going to help you fully understand everything, but it is going to give you a quick look at the rules that we're using. Later videos are going to show you how to apply these rules and solve problems. Now, the rules are this. We have something called sine. Now, sine of the angle equals the opposite over the hypotenuse. Now, bear with me here. Call it O over H. It's all going to seem a little bit funny at the moment, but we will get there. Cos of the angle is the adjacent over the hypotenuse, and tan of the angle is the opposite over the adjacent. Now, these are things we need to learn and we need to understand eventually. And one way is we get sine is opposite over hypotenuse, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, tan is opposite over adjacent, and you write it out like this, and it kind of spells out SOHCAHTOA, which you'll hear people say a lot, and it's just one way to remember it. Now, this video is not going to solve all your problems, and it's not going to help you understand thoroughly, but it is going to be a nice little introduction. Now, I'm going to give you an example of a triangle. Now, it's not very well drawn, that, I apologise. Now, imagine that's 30 degrees. We could say that side is 10 units. That would be 5 if it's 30 degrees. And then if I used Pythagoras, I know that would be root 75. Now, another way to write root 75 is 5 root 3. And if you want to see what that is as a decimal, it's about 8.66 if we get it to 2 decimal places. So I'm just showing you what that is. Now, okay, I'm going to try and help you use this triangle to make a bit of sense of this. So sine of 30 degrees. Well, do you remember? Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse. Well, that's 5 over 10. What's 5 over 10? Well, it's a half, isn't it? And let me show you on the calculator. I've got this set up in degrees, and I'm going to say sine of 30 degrees, and you will see a half. Now, that's just to show that these rules are true. Well, at least for this case, but I promise you they're true. Cos of 30, well, that's adjacent over hypotenuse. So you've got 5 root 3 over 10. Well, what does that give you? It gives you root 3 over 2. 5 over 10 is 1 over 2, that's why it's root 3 over 2. Well, let's check that. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to type in cos 30 degrees, and there you are, root 3 over 2. Now, tan of 30 degrees, opposite over adjacent, 5 over 5 root 3. Well, simplify that, it'd be 1 over root 3. Now, if I put 1 over root 3 in your calculator, you'll get root 3 over 3, promise you, because that simplifies it. Oh, look, I'll show you now. 1 divided by root 3. We just like to have the surd at the top. Now let me show you this. Tan of 30, what do you think is going to come up? And there you go, root 3 over 3. Now, all this video aims to do is introduce you to these terms, these rules, and it's got a little example. Other videos will help you solve problems using these rules. I hope that's clear. Thank you.